Good morning friends. In this video, you can see the important installation requirements related to fire damper, smoke damper and combination of fire and smoke damper. All dampers must have UL rating. UL refers to Underwriters Laboratory. UL 555 is the test standard for fire damper. UL 555S is the test standard for the smoke damper. Combination of fire and smoke damper must meet the test requirement of both UL test standard, that is UL 555 and UL 555S. Based on this test, dampers are given a fire rating and leakage rating. There are different NFA standard like you see here NFA 80, NFA 90A, NFA 92 and NFA 105 which provides the installation and maintenance requirement related to the dampers. The first damper we are going to see here is the smoke damper. A smoke damper is a listed device like a UL listing. It is installed in ducts and air transfer opening designed to resist the passage of smoke during the fire. The device is installed to operate automatically using the fusible link or the heat responsive element or controlled by the smoke detection system, and where required it can be operated from the fire command center. The next important thing is the fire damper. A fire damper is a listed device installed in ducts and air transfer opening designed to close automatically upon detection of heat. There are two types of dampers are available fire damper like static fire damper and dynamic fire damper. In the static fire damper for use in HVAC system that are automatically shut down in the event of fire. In this case, no airflow through the damper is available. It is intended to close automatically upon the detection of heat using the heat responsive device like a fusible link or heat responsive element. Coming to the dynamic fire damper, it is used in HVAC system where that are operational at the time of fire. That is, when fan system is operational and airflow is present. It is intended to close automatically upon the detection of heat using the heat responsive device like a fusible link or heat responsive element. The next one is combination damper, that is a combination of fire and smoke damper. A combination damper is a listed device installed in ducts and air transfer opening designed to close automatically upon the detection of heat and resist the passage of flame and smoke. The device is installed to operate automatically and can be controlled by a smoke detection system, and where required it can be operated from the fire command center. During fire condition, the fusible link in the damper which melts at a specified temperature and it closes the damper. This damper is delivered to the site with the factory installed actuator to allow for remote operation. This actuator may be installed either inside or outside of the airstream. All fire and smoke damper must be installed in a steel sleeve which has the thickness equal to the connected duct gauge thickness but not less than 26 gauge. This steel sleeve is normally factory supplied material with damper to minimize the installation cost and to ensure that the required damper to sleeve fastening requirements are properly met. Before installing the damper in a wall, we need to make sure the opening is square. To ensure the opening is square, the two diagonal dimensions in your openings are verified and it should be followed as per manufactured damper sizes. A space between the damper sleeve and the wall is left to allow for the thermal expansion in the event of fire. Like you see here, the space is generally required to be 1/8 inch per linear foot of damper dimension but not less than 1/4 inch. As I mentioned, 1/8 inch clearance is required for every foot. If you have 2 feet height damper, then the clearance gap will be 2 times of 1/8 inch. The next important thing here is the sleeve projection. The sleeve can project from the wall maximum 16 inches in the actuator side and the non-actuator side maximum 6 inch. Once the damper is installed, the retaining angle is placed around the damper. The retaining angles are fastened to the sleeve but not to the wall. The leg of the retaining angle on the damper sleeve must be a minimum of 1/4 inch and the leg of the retaining angle on the wall must be minimum of 1 inch. We need to make sure the retaining angle fasteners are not interfering with the operation of the damper. Sometimes retaining angle from the manufacturer comes with a pre-punched hole with 1 inch or 1.5 inch distance between the holes. It makes the fastener requirement very easy at the site. We must use minimum 2 fasteners when attaching the retaining angle to the damper sleeve. Once the damper is installed, it should be connected to the adjacent ductwork like you see here. Some codes like International Building Code or IBC, it needs the approved access panel near the damper to perform the inspection and maintenance. After the installation of dampers in most of the project site, contractor apply the fire sealant around the retaining angle. It is sometimes accepted by the local civil defense or authority also. Like this, we have some improper installation issues that we will see in the next video.